Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the kiwi, the bird from New Zealand. Please remember to like and subscribe. Now let's get right into it. Fact 1. 5 different types. The kiwi is a flightless bird that's about the size of a chicken that is only found in New Zealand. Nowhere else in the world has this type of animal. And within New Zealand, there's actually 5 different species of the kiwi. There is the brown kiwi, gray spotted kiwi, little spotted kiwi, roe, and toko eka. So many different type of kiwi, even though they're all localized within New Zealand, the 2 islands, north and south. And so, despite the small geographical area, because they're roughly isolated from each other, these subspecies were able to develop independently. And so there's remarkable and stark differences between each different species. People who are familiar with the kiwi can easily spot what kind of kiwi it is when they see it. It's very noticeable in terms of the different feathers or different behaviors and size that they have. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Feeds itself from birth. A very cool fact about the kiwi is that it doesn't require its parents to feed it. Once the kiwi is hatched from an egg, there's about 5 days where it doesn't eat anything, and then after that 5 days, it starts foraging on its own without any parental assistance. And during those 5 days, its parents also do not feed it. And so I think it's a very unique animal in that all the parents had to do was incubate the egg, make sure it hatches, and that's pretty much it. They do not need to worry about feeding their offspring because they immediately begin foraging on their own and start eating as much as they can. However, despite the ease of raising these birds, they actually don't mature very fast. It takes about 3 to 5 years for a kiwi from hatching to all the way to maturity. And so even though they're easy to raise, it takes a while for them to grow into an adult. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 3, 70,000 left. The kiwi is a relatively endangered animal. Because it's only found in New Zealand itself, there's only about 70,000 kiwis left. It's very interesting that they're losing about 2% of wild kiwis every year. That's around 20 per week that is being killed by other means than natural causes. As we'll get into the next few sections, there are many predators to the kiwi because again it's a flightless bird that is similar to the size of a chicken and really has no way to defend itself. In addition, human intervention into their habitat also causes them to lose ground and places where they can forage. As I've mentioned in the previous section, they continuously feed themselves through foraging through forest and other brush areas in order to survive. When their habitat is taken away by human development, it reduces their numbers. And also, because humans are driving through their habitat, they're easily killed because they're crossing the road and will be hit by cars. And so in New Zealand, throughout the roads, there are a lot of yellow signs to caution people that kiwis are crossing the road. Cool. Let's get into the next fact. Dogs and stoats. As I started mentioning in the previous section, there are many predators to the kiwi. These weasel-like stoats, plus dogs, are the major predators of the kiwi. In fact, these two type of animals have been identified by the New Zealand authorities as the primary killers of kiwis. The stoats are introduced and not native to New Zealand, whereas dogs are also introduced and is very common because people keep them as pets. However, as much as people like to keep them as pets, they're actually quite dangerous next to the kiwi. There are many dogs who are unleashed and attack kiwis, and also stray dogs that attack kiwis as well. Kiwis really can't fight against dogs or stoats because they simply do not have any kind of defense mechanism except that really long beak that they could maybe poke at the predator as they try to kill them. As a result, the New Zealand authorities have published many guidelines to pet owners, especially owners with dogs, to be cautious of how their dogs are being released while they're running and walking the dogs, as well as when they're staying around their yards or their places of habitat, because dogs is one of the major predators of the kiwi. Alright, let's get into the next and final fact. Large eggs. As I mentioned in the previous section, the kiwi is easy to raise in that the parents do not need to feed it at all. From birth, it could begin foraging itself and feed itself. However, each parent of the kiwi, or the female kiwi, can only lay one egg at a time. There is a subspecies that could lay 2 to 3 eggs, but generally, they only lay one egg at a time throughout the entire season. And so, it is very interesting that they reproduce very slowly. And on top of that, each egg is about 20% of the female's weight. They're about 6 times more heavy than a chicken egg. I think it's incredible for such a small bird to lay such a large egg. And I wonder, maybe it's because the fact that the kiwi does not need any feeding when it's hatched, that the female kiwi tries to inject as much nutrients and energy and fat storage into the egg so that once hatched, they can survive on their own without anyone assisting them by feeding them. Also, reasons unknown to us is the kiwi able to produce such a large egg within their bodies. No other animal is able to come close. Alright, that's it for my video today. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.